myself, like, what do you think I'm hiding? What do you think needs to come out? Because let me show you something, man. I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe anybody an explanation on out here. If I wanted to be gay, if I wanted a homosexual relationship, I could have one.
Welcome to another episode of the Donta Show Network, Story Times, where I tell prison stories, hood stories, and supernatural stories.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Out here, if I wanted to be gay, if I wanted a homosexual relationship, I could have one.
All right. Hey, have you ever heard of Fleece Johnson?
Yes, sir, I have. I watch his videos all the time.
All the time. What do you think about him?
Well,
Well, you know what?
honest,
You know what? Before I ask you that, before you give me an answer, let me let you listen to something that he
okay.
said about you.
About me?
In prison from Alabama.
Yeah.
Documentary came out in the early 2000s, probably a little bit before yours did, or around that same time. I gave you a chance to look at the video.
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about Mr. Mark since he's out interviewing now?
I said it's a lot of things about Mr. Moore that need to come out a little more. I don't think he's telling it like it really is.
What do you mean? He said he was doing it in prison. What do you got to say?
I think he was already a girl.
Well, before he went to prison?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
It just, you can see it in him. I can see it in him.
Yeah, in me.
Well, that was when he was in prison.
So
Girl.
yeah, so he called you a girl. So what? Okay, so now again, Fleece Johnson. How do you feel about Fleece Johnson?
Man, honestly, I respected Fleece Johnson. I watched a lot of his videos, and I was like, any man that could come out and be so blunt, honest about the things that he's done, and he seems to have no embarrassment at all. So I was like, hey, that's a strong dude, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but who am I to judge? I don't judge nobody because none of us are perfect. You know what I mean? But I actually liked it, Fleece Johnson. But for me to actually hear him say I was a girl, what? Man, come on, Fleece. What, man? You don't know me and I don't know you. You know what I mean? You don't know. Don't let, you know what I'm saying, what you think you see trick your mind, bro. I'm not no girl by no means. Period. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to me in that manner, bro. Not what? Come on, man.
Because he said not just in prison. He said before you went to prison, he
What?
could
Yeah. I forgot. I even forgot about that part that fast. Yeah, like, bro, listen.
Oh no, let's hear it one more time.
In prison from Alabama.
Yeah.
Documentary came out in the early 2000s, probably a little bit before yours did, or around that same time. I gave you a chance to look at the video.
Yeah, I did.
What do you think about Mr. Mark since he's out interviewing now?
I said it's a lot of things about Mr. Moore that need to come out.
So what do you think he mean by there's some things about you need to come out?
I have the slightest idea, Dante, and I per se want to personally ask him myself, like, what do you think I'm hiding? What do you think needs to come out? Because let me show you something, man. I don't owe anybody anything. I don't owe anybody an explanation on. Everybody lives their life however they choose to. Out here, if I wanted to be gay, if I wanted a homosexual relationship, I could have one. So what do you mean? Who am I trying to hide from? Who am I trying to impress or make see me in a different way, bro? I'm not hiding anything. I don't have to prove nothing to Fleece or anybody else.
All right, let's keep going with the video.
A little more. I don't think he's telling it like it really is.
What do you mean? He said he was doing it in prison. What he got to say?
He I think he was already a girl.
Well, before he went to prison.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
It just you can see.
Oh my God, man.
So
Yeah.
what do you feel about him saying that? Let's hear it one more time.
Girl.
Yeah, okay.
Well, before he went to prison.
Yeah. I think he was already a girl.
Well, before he went to prison.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
It just you can see it in him. I can see it in him.
So he said.
Okay.
So while him saying that, he been already watching you. Fleece already know who you are.
I mean, I'm sure he do because that documentary has been out for 23 years. But please, my brother, please do not let your eyes deceive you. Talking about what you see, because evidently what you seeing, man, I'm not no girl, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't know what you think you see or what. Man, I'm not no girl.
And don't forget, he said he feel like you was like that before you got locked up.
No, bro, I'm not like that now. I wasn't like that. I mean, what? Yeah, I really hope and to talk to Mr. Fleece, because I want to, I want to hear it from him. Like, bro, what makes you think that I'm a girl? I'm not a girl.
Yeah, you know.
And I know, and like I say, I used not mean to cut y'all, Dante, but I respected Fleece. I watched a lot of his videos, and I understand. Hey, you was a warrior, but at the same time, Fleece, hey, you ain't the only warrior in the world.
Yeah. So, all right.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I'm gonna ask you a series of questions about Fleece.
Okay.
Okay. If Fleece walked up to you in prison back in your 20s, how long have you been locked up?
I did almost 20 years.
Okay, so almost 20 years. Okay, and you went in when you was 20?
No, I actually went in when I was like, I think I hit the jail at like, I was 18, but I was like a month from turning 19.
Oh.
And I ended up I went to prison when I was like after I turned 20.
Oh, okay. So that's the clarification right there.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. As a matter of fact, so I don't know if you know or not, but me and Fleece done had our issues before, right?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? So
no.
Last year, me and Fleece, we went back and forth for about a whole month, right?
Okay.
So Fleece can get real vicious.
Yeah, I've seen it in some of his videos, and I mean, and I respect, like I said, I respect the man because he tell it like it is.
So even when he trying to tell it like it is, the video he just put up on you, did video?
Well, before he went to prison.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
It just you can see it in him.
Is he telling it how it is when he said that?
When I say telling it like it is, I mean his bluntness, his because what he says is not true, but it's his opinion, and he has that right to his opinion.
Right.
And he does not mind giving his opinion, no matter how it sounds or how it comes out. So I respected him for that. No, I'm not saying what he said about me is true, because I know for a fact I wasn't no excuse. I was about to cuss. I'm sorry, but I know for a fact I wasn't no girl, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let me ask you this: was there any guys that was, you know how Fleece programming. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. Oh, did it go out?
No.
Okay, my
No.
bad. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, so we about to review the documentary that got Fleece out there.
Okay.
And after we get done, I'm gonna get your commentary about it.
Okay.
But when lockup visited Kentucky State Penitentiary, we met Fleece Johnson, a longtime inmate who practices a very different kind of homosexuality.
But we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires. So what are they going to do? If you won't let them have a woman, they going to have each. Somebody's going to have to give us some booty. And it's just that simple.
The most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary. And he went on about it and on about it.
In his prison, booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt. It was more important. I'm sorry. It was more booty, having some booty was more important than drinking water, man. I like booty.
Johnson went on to tell our crew how he used to satisfy his sexual desires, especially during the 1970s and 80s, when he was most active and prison security was more lax.
When I see one, and he looks good to me, when I go see him, I say, you come here. I say, I'm telling you what, I like you, and I want you. And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right? And it was always yes.
Johnson.
So, listening to that, I got a series of questions that I want to ask you.
Okay.
If Fleece came up to you and said what he said, I like you and I want you, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, the choice is yours, what would have happened next?
The hard way.
Okay. It was
Point blank, the hard way. It was no other option. I'm not giving up nothing. You're going to have to kill me. We're going to have to kill each other, and it just would have been that. No. Point blank, period.
So let me ask, so okay, so there was a part on here.
Also had a warning for the...
Hold on. There was a part on here, right here, where they finna show where he's standing next to somebody, and it kind of insinuating that that's what he's saying to this guy. So okay. I'm gonna play it right quick.
And we can do it the easy way or the hard way. So the choice is yours, right?
So imagine him saying, okay, you see which one is Fleece, right?
Yeah,
Fleece is the one with his back turned, and the other guy is right there. So what if Fleece walked up to you and you the other guy right there and hit you with that same spiel? What's going to happen right there? Are you going to walk away, or there's going to be immediate violence?
I would have tried to tell him from the gate, bro, hey, don't pull up on me with that. You know what I mean? And if it would have went to violence, it just would have went to violence.
Okay, because Fleece is one of them guys. Like, it's funny that you just said that pull up on you like that, because he pulled up on this guy. Now, I don't know what the conversation is between them right there, but so Fleece, it's like the audacity of him just pulling up on you, just walking up on you.
But I'm honestly, that happens just like that in the state of Alabama. It's no different. It happens just like that. But see me, I was all even when I got after I got sentenced, what before I went to prison, when I was in jail,
Yeah.
I would they would have like convicts that would come back for court, so they would bring them back from the penitentiary to the jail for court or whatever, and I would talk to them, and I would what I'm saying, and I was in jail and I was getting into a lot of fights. Some I won, some I lost. But I wouldn't. No, you're not taking my trade. You're not extorting me. You're not none of that. And you know what I'm saying? So I was already, I knew I was going to prison. I knew it because my lawyer had told me you're not going to get out of this one because I had been in so much trouble as a juvenile and leading up to what I got locked up for at that time. So I knew I was going to prison. So I was prepping. I was, talking to guys and trying to learn because you see movies, even as a child, a youngster, and you get an idea of what goes on in prison. So I already knew that this type of stuff, I didn't know how it might happen or how it might come, but I knew if you go to prison, you would probably be subjected to this type of stuff. So I was already preparing myself in jail. And once I got to prison, yeah, I got tried, once or twice by some old heads. And I immediately, hey, look here, bro. Hey, you know what I mean? And I
So
even got,
so
go ahead.
let's go to that date. So what was going on? Like we want the story time now. So what happened
Okay.
when the first time you got tried by a bandit?
Okay, because older guys, they'll come to you and like especially if you're working out, you're trying to learn how to lift weights. Oh man, let me come here, let me work out with you, let me show you. They trying to befriend you, just examples like that. And then it's, well, come on man, let's walk the track together, and you know what I'm saying. Or you ain't got your money in yet, I can give you some stuff. That was one of the first things I learned in the county jail from an old convict. He said, "Look, bro, don't accept nothing from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. I don't care how they seem to be your friend, how they so cool and the conversation is just so enlightening. Whatever. Don't accept nothing."
Mm.
And I didn't.
So what? What was the situation when the first one approached you?
I ain't gonna call his name. We turned out to be, pretty good friends. He would say I was his nephew. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Once we got over that hump, that bruh, hey, what? Ain't nobody finna do nothing to me, bruh, like that. I'm not voluntarily doing nothing sexual.
No, no,
So once
I know, but I'm saying like I need for you to walk me through the day of what happened.
okay,
Like,
okay, okay. It was at a prison called Kilby,
okay,
which is the receiving center for the state of Alabama. That's the first prison everybody goes to.
okay,
Okay, so that's where they classify you. They check your blood for diseases. They make sure you're healthy. Okay, so I can't remember the dorm I was in because this has been so long ago.
yeah,
But it was this older guy, and he had been locked up probably about 25, 30 years. Okay, he lifted weights a lot. I was, trying, everybody goes to prison want to pretty much start off trying to lift weights. Why, I don't know, it's just that way. Well, in Alabama anyway.
yeah,
So he, I guess I wasn't doing, my exercises right with the weight. So he come over trying to show me some little tips. Okay. But I'm already got my paranoia up about everybody in prison because I'm new here. I don't know anybody. So yeah, I ain't trusting no one for
yeah.
real. But okay, yeah, you can show me a little something. Okay, I'll take your little advice or whatever. Okay, so we actually kind of started working out a little bit every day together. Okay, cool. So one night in the dorm, he come over there. I'm sitting on my bed. He comes over there and he said, "Can I have a shot?" Yeah, go ahead. So we sit there and we talking, and he was like, telling me, "Hey, I think you're pretty cool, and this and that." He trying to offer me stuff, and he was like, "Look, if you need someone to, help guide you in prison, I know you're new here." I cut it right then. Look,
What you say to him?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh, okay.
I said, look, man, I respect you. You know, you've been doing time for a while. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a couple of people saying that you had a little reputation for violence. You know, you don't tolerate no bull crap or no disrespect. I respect you, but I also heard that you like boys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Girls, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them.
And
He's
then
like, oh no, I'm not coming. I said, look, man, look. You trying to offer me stuff. You don't know me. You know what I mean? You trying to be extra nice to me. That's a red flag because I already been laced up on this type of stuff from other guys. You know what I mean? Bruh, we can be cool. We can be workout partners. But as far as if you thinking it's going any farther than that, man, it's not.
so ain't
It's
nothing
not.
wrong with that.
I mean, he just said, okay, all right, I understand, I respect it. And you know what I'm saying? He went on about his business. But as time went on, he came back to me and he said, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. He said, yeah, man, I kind of had those ideas of those intentions. And I really thought that you would, bite the bait, bite the hook, the fish hook, and
Yeah.
you didn't. And he told me, he said, look, I respect you for that. I respect you for that. You know, you didn't show no fear. You didn't back down. You didn't accept, my gift. And we became to be good friends. We became, and he actually was a good dude. He didn't have no family. He only hustled, inside the prison, little whatever. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no family. He didn't have no woman coming to visit him. He didn't have no people on the outside sending him money. You know what I'm saying? And he was a rough character. Now, don't get me wrong.
No,
He was
that,
a very rough character, and I wish I could call his name. And if I did, everybody in the state of Alabama is in prison or been in prison. They would know who I'm talking about.
all right.
So, Dante, let me ask you a question since you asking me all of these questions.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever had an interaction with a bandit?
Oh, okay. Well, all right. I was gonna say this for a story time. So I tell stories on the channel.
Yeah.
But I guess I could give y'all one. So in my second bed, right, there was this big black actually kind of favor you. Big black boy head. Right? Look, so
Man.
look, this dude he was about 6'4", big, swole. Just whenever you think of, how Big Hurt look.
Yeah.
Just imagine Big Hurt.
Okay.
And it wasn't Big Hurt, y'all. I'm not saying it was Big Hurt, but it was a guy that looked like Big Hurt.
Yeah.
But this dude name was Smiley, right? Because he always was smiling. He was a guy that, when I got in there, they was like, yo, stay away from that guy right there because, he's known to mess around with guys or whatever. So, dudes was just telling me about him. So they was like, yeah, I know he look intimidating, but he like a really big teddy bear, right?
Yeah.
So, one day I'm sitting. Now we had bunk beds, right? And I didn't have no celly, so I'm sitting on my bed. I got the bottom bunk at this time, and I'm reading the Bible. Ironically, I'm reading the Bible. So I'm reading the Bible, and I feel like there's presence right there at the door. I feel like somebody, you feel like somebody's watching you.
Yeah.
So I read my Bible and I happen to look up and he's standing right there. And he just smiling. I'm like, can I help you? He was like, oh no, I was just saying that you need anything. And I was like, no, I said, no, I'm good. So he stepped in the cell. So I said, can I help you? He like, no, I didn't think you heard me. I said that you need anything because I know that you just got in here. And I said, no, man, I'm good. And he's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm good. So he said, okay, just let me know. Then he walked out. So
that's game.
As soon as he walked out,
Yeah.
I sat there to myself. I said, hold on. this man just walked into my cell. It was okay that he was talking to me from outside the cell, but he stepped in the cell.
Major disrespect.
Yeah, he literally crossed the line. So I'm sitting there and I'm just contemplating. I'm like, because this is the first time this ever happened, right? I didn't know, I wasn't laced all the way to know what's what, but it just didn't sit right because when he was talking to me outside of the cell, he was like positioned like halfway this way, but he went in the cell. And when I told him, no, I don't need nothing, he actually stepped in the cell, like fully stepped in, right? So I'm sitting there and I was like, no, he tried me. He had to try me. You know, all these things is coming into my head. I'm like, if I let this go, is he going to, well, just as a one-off, did he just do that? Is that just what happens? Because he didn't threaten me or nothing. But then again, I told him no, and I know he heard me, but he stepped in the cell and asked me again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no. So I'm thinking like, you know what? I got to do something about this. But me physically compared to him, I knew I couldn't beat him. So I said to myself, okay, I need to get a hold of something. When I approach this man, I just need to set the record straight. I don't want to go put hands on him because I don't know how this is going to go. All I'm thinking is like, this man probably going to kill me, right? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you hear the stories. I heard the stories about him and doing what he do, right? So I said, okay. So I left out the cell and I went to my homeboys. I said, hey, you got a banger? Well, I call it the sword of justice.
Yeah.
I said, you got a sword of justice? He was like, why? I said, man, I think dude just tried me. He was like, Smiley? I was like, yeah. He was like, what'd he say? I was like, he just asked me, did I need something? Then my homeboy was like, man, we ain't gonna handle that right. I said, no, don't do that. Just let me get a piece. And he was like, all right. So we went back to his cell and he hit me off with a sword of justice. So I go back in the cell, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm acting like I'm reading my Bible at this point, but I got the sword of justice right in the Bible.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm acting like I'm reading, and there he go. He just pulled right back up, and he right at the cell again. And he like, hey, you sure you don't need nothing? And I look up, and he's smiling. And I said, hey, oh dang, hold on.
Okay.
I tell, man, hold on. Let me cut this phone off, man. People, they know I'm recording. So hold on, let me put this on. All right, there you go. So I said, no, man, I told you I don't need nothing. So he was like, you sure you don't need nothing? So I jumped up, I done dropped the Bible, no disrespect to the Bible. I done dropped the Bible on the floor and I had the sword of justice out, right? So I bagged him down. I'm like, didn't I tell you I don't need nothing? So he was like, no, my bad. I'm sorry. And he just took off running down the tier. I just looked down, he hauled all ass down the tier, right? So he's running down there. So my homeboy coming in, my homeboy Al coming in. He like, what just happened? I said he came to the cell and I pulled the sword of justice out. He was like, yeah, that's what he do, man. He basically, he don't want to get stabbed.
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody does.
Yeah, don't nobody want to get stabbed.
Nobody.
So that's how he do it. So he wasn't never really the type that corner you and like give it to me. He was the type that be
try to finesse. Yeah.
Like he just the nicest guy, but he just did not want to get stabbed. So now that I see later on in life of him doing certain things and him like getting like one time he was playing dominoes, right, for compensate for money and stuff, right? And there was another big guy in there, right? So they got to arguing, right? And he was like, go get your knife then. Well, go get your banger, right? And they literally going at it. So then he was like, man, no, listen. He kind of like pulled him to the side and was like, because the new big guy that came in there, he didn't really know him like that. And that's one thing that I noticed in prison. When you get two big dudes, they be more unreluctant to fight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's more they more hesitant.
yeah.
But anyway,
They want to fight the smaller guys, but yeah, the two big guys always try to team up or join up.
yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Yeah.
So he say, hey man, let me talk to you over here for a minute. So they go in, and I heard what he said. He was like, look, man, I don't want no problems, man. We ain't got to do this, man. I give you the compensation, but man, I don't like to fight. I'm not really aggressive like that. This is what the guy said. The booty bandit said. Smiley
Okay.
said to him, right? So, but then I see him deploying tactics, right?
Hmm.
Putting pressure on guys and using his size to intimidate dudes.
Yeah.
So, barking at him like, and I would see him doing this like you said in prior videos. For some reason, these guys really like young white guys.
Yeah.
It's like the closest thing to a woman, or I guess a white woman. Like I'm not saying all white guys, not at all, but y'all know the type. Y'all know
Yeah.
the type
Yeah.
that submissive type or whatever. But these guys, I see him like barking on the guy, like really barking on him, like had him in the corner, just all in his face, his
Yeah.
finger in his face, and all.
And see,
So
Dante, it's like that in Alabama because white guys are the minority.
yeah.
Well, when I was in there, I don't know about now. So yeah.
So you basically said they was the nigga in there.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They were the outcasts. They were the minority. They were not saying that they were weak, but they were looked at to be more of a victim than others, than the blacks.
Now I tell people all the time in my stories I used to tell, I said there's a difference between a white boy and a white man.
A very big difference.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Could you explain that to the audience?
Uh, the difference is they're not going for it. The
Yeah.
white man that, in fact, what's his name? I watched it on lockdown, or what's his name? Snake.
Okay.
Bobby Gilbert.
Okay.
That documentary on Bobby Gilbert, it was 100% true.
Mm.
He did not play. He would stab you to the wall. He would nail you to the wall. And there was plenty of other white men in there that they didn't care about no gang. They didn't care about how big you were. You got to come on with it, and they were going to get down for theirs.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it wasn't many, but it was a few. And like I say, they didn't bother anyone. They didn't, but you were not going to come to them in no type of disrespectful manner and get away with it.
Yeah.
You just wasn't.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up right there. And until next time. Do you got
Okay.
anything to say to anybody, to Fleece Johnson? Do you got a message to say to Fleece?
Man, all I want to say to Fleece is, Fleece, you got me wrong. I don't know what I give off that would make you think that I'm a girl or I was a girl, because I'm not, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I had the utmost respect for you. I watch your videos, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that you want to know about me or say to me, hey, get at me.
All
And I
right.
will be more than happy to talk with you, and I will tell you whatever you want to know.
All right. And with that, that's a wrap.
All right. Y'all be safe and be blessed. Peace.
Hey, did you know that I do promotions now? I promote all social media channels such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, I promote it. Also, I promote products and businesses also. So if you need promo, get in contact with me. All right, y'all, it's the fall season. Make sure y'all cop y'all military mind game merchandise. I got hoodies for you. I got shirts for you. I even got coffee mugs for you. Y'all see that hat? Y'all see that pillow? Make sure y'all cop y'all military mind game merchandise. I have the link pinned at the top of the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, Make sure you click this video. Until next time.